Hello, people of the internet. I am James Phoenix. This is another review here on Pez of the Mind. With me is Chris the Mole.
Hello, people on the internet. That's you. You right there.
Yes, you right there. Right out there, you.
Not you in the red top. You go away.
Okay. At any rate, we're going to kick off our, what will be the first of a few Halloween-related reviews we're doing for October. Celebrate Halloween. And this one is, as I tend to do on holiday-related stuff, an episode of Power Rangers. In this case, it's the Halloween episode from last year, because this year's hasn't aired yet. And this was from Power Rangers Ninja Steel. It's entitled Grave Robber.
Yep.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Michael Douglas's sex life.
Oh!
I'm sorry, women dating him are clearly grave robbing.
True. Anyway. So yes, here to talk about Grave Robber. The premise of the episode is that one of the villains, Cosmo, who runs the Villains Intergalactic TV show. Yes, that's the premise. It's kind of interesting. But it's Galaxy Warriors. And in this case, what happens is the Rangers are at their school, which serves for everything in this town. And a mysterious lady donates a box full of things for a sale they're having. And one of the things is a board game called Grave Robber, which the Rangers find and decide to play. The Gold Ranger declining, though, at first because he thinks the game looks stupid.
Yep. Then eventually they all get transported into the game. One of them's played by The Rock, another one's played by Kevin Hart. We've done this.
That's good. I was hoping we'd get a Jumanji joke in there.
One of them blows up when he eats cake. It's fine.
Yes.
It's even worse because the Jumanji I chose to reference is the one that's about a video game, not a board game. Almost outside.
I know.
Sorry, I should have referenced Satana or the fuck that film was.
Oh, yeah, Zathura. I remember that film.
Zathura, that was it.
Yeah.
Jumanji in space.
Pretty much. Anywho, yeah, the premise is when the Rangers start playing the game, they find themselves magically bound to it, and it turns out that Cosmo Royale of the Villains has either created or put a spell on this game, one of the two. Not that one. Although I wouldn't put it past him to have a Grave Robber Ghost House themed level in that game. Themed board. But anyway, so the Rangers are trapped and they are forced to complete a series of challenges given to them by Cosmo that are determined via rolls of the dice. And each time they roll the dice, they're sucked into unrelated footage.
Yep. I will say something. This isn't a clip show.
No, it's not.
It's the first non-clip show since it was either Samurai or Super Samurai, one of the two. Which that's good, although the stuff that's sucked into doesn't really flow. It doesn't really feel cohesive.
Yeah, it's not. The reason for that is you'll notice that most of the monsters they're facing are monsters that they've already beaten.
I know for a fact some of it's unused Sentai footage.
Yeah.
Because one of them features one of the Sentai actors unmasked.
Ah, okay.
Which, oh fuck, what the hell was it? I think it's the first one since Megaforce or Super Megaforce that showed an unmasked Sentai person in the footage.
Cool. But yeah, they basically used unused footage from the episodes of the monsters that they had already beaten and worked in clever twists for the different quote-unquote games, which is kind of fun. Some of them are solo fights with an individual ranger against the monster. You know, sometimes they have to, at the end they end up having to do a Megazord fight. And so there's lots of different fun things that kind of make for they use the footage in clever ways and have Cosmo explain it in different ways of adding challenges from the game and everything else, trying to destroy them. And of course, eventually Levi the Gold Ranger, who did not want to play, goes to check on them and realizes what has happened and manages to get himself into the game to help them break free and save the day.
Yep, it's almost like he didn't want to play until they finished beating the episodes that he wasn't in.
I know, convenient. And so the Rangers manage to counteract the game. They manage to get out of the game Levi apologizes for not being there for them earlier, and they decide that they're going to avoid board games for a while and go trick or treating.
Yep, where nothing bad ever happens.
Nope.
I'm obviously kidding. More people have been seriously injured and hurt. Hell, someone in my family was stabbed while trick or treating.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
It was, but yeah, trick or treating isn't exactly always safe. But
No,
yeah,
not always.
but that's fine. They weren't juggling with that. That's fine. But yeah, the cohesiveness of them not feeling like they really belonged, it just felt like it hurt the episode overall.
It did. I agree. I agree. It wasn't cohesive because they were just using random bits of footage they had lying around. But I do give them some credit of at least using Cosmo's various tricks with the game and things to explain why the stuff in the footage was the way it was. So at least it wasn't just randomly things happening in the footage. They at least explained why the stuff in the footage was happening, even if none of the footage connected to each other.
No, I'm not saying the footage didn't connect to each other. I'm saying when they went into the footage and they went back into the game, it was very jarring. And also, the overall plot of the episode just felt really thin. Like it didn't feel like a well-structured plot.
I'm gonna say that, but to be fair, they were doing what they could to avoid a clip show, and it's only supposed to be like one step above a clip show, and for that, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I argue, as I said before. Now, I still say that's not an excuse, because back in the day, they used to do proper episodes and reuse monster suits and stuff. Like, do you remember when Rita and Zed got married and all the old enemies were there to have the wedding, which was awesome? There's our guy. I don't care that he blew up. He's there. I don't care.
Yeah,
But they could have easily done something like that.
they could have.
I feel they easily could have done something like that, or just made an episode of new footage.
Yeah, that could have worked.
Or even just found one of the creepiest looking villains they had and just wrote an episode on Halloween about that.
That would have worked too.
It just didn't flow like it should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because new footage versus old Sentai footage, it really was very back and forth.
Yeah, and it just felt like a lazy episode overall. So, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. It is. But I said I enjoyed it overall, just for the fact that they could have just said, oh, we're gonna make this a clip show, and they could have had Cosmo say, oh, we're gonna send you back in time, and you're gonna have to win the same fights again, and just done a clip show. But the fact that they went out of their way to actually use different footage and have it be a little bit above that, I give them credit for doing that, because that was actually a cool idea to even do that. So even if it wasn't well executed, the idea was cool. So I give them credit for that.
I argue with that excuse. There's not a single bad movie out there you can rate down because they've all got good ideas.
Not all.
They just all aren't executed well. Even Batman and Robin had some good ideas. It just did them really terrible. Like the idea of, oh, Ivy's helped make Bane and Bane's going to be her thing, and then they're teaming up with Chriz and all that. That's a great plot. It makes sense. They just executed really piss poor to the point you don't want anything to do with it. Hell, even Spider-Man 3 had some good ideas.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Sandman killing Uncle Ben was not one of them.
No.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
A really old film no one's going to watch.
Nope. But yeah, so that's the episode. I said it's only a 30-minute episode, but it is a fun little Halloween excursion. And you get to see some footage you wouldn't have ordinarily gotten to see of some of the monsters that have been in the show. So that was cool. So do you want to go to ratings more? Anything else to add?
No, that was, I gave little tidbits about it and stuff, but
yeah,
it was what it was. So it's up to you.
Okay. I know if you wanted to throw a thumb up or.
Oh, you want me to give the rating? No, you asked if I thought we should go to it. I said no. It's fine. But yeah, ratings. I'm just gonna give it a thumbs down. It was badly acted, badly executed. It looked terrible. It didn't flow well. It may have a cool idea, but it did it so terribly. that it's like, how to word it, like the Mako in Mass Effect 1, which is a great idea, but it's executed so terribly you never want to experience it again.
Mm.
That's what this was. If I'm glad that Netflix has put it individually underneath the season, so when you get to it, you can completely skip this and the Christmas one and just go straight to the next season. It affects nothing.
Yep.
In the past, Power Rangers have done some good Halloween episodes and Christmas episodes. They just don't seem to care anymore. Now it's more like they're doing them out of obligation than they are out of want to do them. And overall, like I said, it's just terrible. Everyone should avoid it. And because it affects nothing, you can avoid it. So I don't have to say, oh, you need to watch it to flow the whole season. You don't. Just avoid it.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, even when aired that way, because it was aired as a Halloween thing, it technically didn't fit into continuity and exactly where it was. So because it's out of continuity, it's not something you're required to watch if you don't want to. And if you did want to, you don't have to watch it at any particular point in the show because it just kind of fits in. So yeah. So overall, I would say, I mean, it's a Halloween special. It's only one step above a clip show. Was it a clever idea to use unused footage so it wasn't quite a clip show? Yes, but it's still just kind of thrown to some different thrown together footage. And Cosmo justifying it by saying, "Oh, this is the game, that with the game." It's kind of a flimsy a framing device, but it was better than what they could have done. There was at least some effort put into it. I give them credit for that. I think it was a good idea. I like the idea of the board game and doing the fact they used the unused footage. I thought that was better than just doing a standard clip show. They seem to be getting better and better at dealing with these clip show situations. Or close to clip show situations. It seems like they're always trying new ideas and they're trying to find ways to not straight up do a clip show. And given the way it's all scheduled around with the 22 episodes, part of me is kind of wondering if the Christmas and Halloween episode is a requirement in the Nick contract or not. I don't know.
Might be, but again, that's still no excuse for it because everything has contracts and stuff.
True. At any rate, yeah, I mean, it's a clip show. If I'm going to rate this, I'll probably throw it a 75, and that's probably being gracious. I mean, it's a decent episode, but it's not anything to write home about. But it's there if you're looking for something Halloween to throw on in the background. It's on Netflix.
Yep, and then I will just say, if you want a scary board game, avoid this. Pull out your VHS players and play Atmosphere. I'm not sure if you ever played that. It was a damn good board game.
I have not played it, but I have seen videos about it.
That's not the same.
No, it's not.
Actually playing it and having it on VHS, like we own it. We own a few of them. You pop it on VHS, it comes on the TV. And I think they've done DVD ones since, which is cool. So you can actually use it now with technology. But yeah, basically you're going around the board and there's a guy on TV giving you instructions and he mocks one of you and he renames you maggot or something. It just keeps taking the piss out of one player the whole game. It's fun. I like Atmosphere.
Nice. All right, we'll check that out. And,
this was not fun.
And that's fair. At any rate, we thank you folks and all for joining us. We do have more Halloween videos coming up, so we do encourage you to stay tuned for those. We got a couple of good things. We're going to be live streaming some Friday the 13th near the end of the month. Hopefully, I think that's still on, right, Mo?
It should be.
Yep, and we're also going to be looking at the new Netflix show, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So that'll be great.
Yep. Well, the live stream may only be 3 people yet. We're still not sure about that.
Okay. Fair enough. Anyway, stay tuned for that fun stuff, and we will see you then. Peace.